Something that you talked about earlier, and you mentioned before, is kind of like this difference between lust and love.
Yeah.
You mentioned in your book that lust is not the same thing as love. How do we know the difference between when we're experiencing or feeling lust versus meaningful love?
Yes. So I think that love is one of the hardest things to define. It's very undefinable in many ways, and it's something that, and I don't have all the answers. No one does. This is like philosophers have been theorizing on this for centuries. But what I do know is that two things. The love that you feel when you're falling in love with someone is love, but it's not the same as 2 years in. So the meaning, love changes. Love and the meaning that we assign to it changes. It morphs, it deepens. And love to me is not just a feeling, it's a choice, it's a habit, it's an intentional practice. And I think that when we truly love someone, my understanding is we really want the best for them. Like their needs are actually as important as our needs. Not more important, but not less important. We want them, we really, like their best interests are our best interests. Like we really take their best interests to heart. We want the very, very best for them, even if that means not being in a relationship with them. Lust is all the things that we feel when there's a lot of chemistry and we feel a little obsessive and there's a lot of novelty and we can't stop thinking about them and we feel crazy. That crazy in love feeling is not love, that is lust. And I think that a lot of people make these big decisions, like let's move in together, or like this person is the one for me, when really you are drunk and you're drunk off of the chemicals in your
Yes.
body.
You don't know the person.
You don't know the person, they are a stranger.
Wow.
And actually, a true emotional connection actually takes time to build with someone. Like you can feel that. Like I'm sure after that first conversation, deep conversation that you had with Martha, you felt it. But I would even argue that that's like that was still very much lust and attraction. Like a true emotional connection happens when you feel safe with someone, there's trust.
Yes.
And that it's the foundation. It's knowing that an argument is not going to end your relationship. When you feel safe enough to argue with your partner, then I would say that is a very good measure of a good relationship.
Sure.
That you know that that's not, it doesn't mean that it's going to blow up. It's an argument. And you know what? You're supposed to argue because you have to sometimes be very reminded of the fact that you are not in a relationship with someone a projection of your ideal. You are in a relationship with an autonomous person who has their own beliefs and their own mind. And sometimes they're stubborn and sometimes you're stubborn. And that creates chemistry, by the way. A little bit of arguing can create a little bit of chemistry because you're reminded like, oh, like I can't control this person. Like they are their own person.
Sure.
So love and the understanding of love, I think it's something that we all have to learn, that it is a choice and that lust, there's no choice in lust. Lust is a very out of control, fun feeling, but you're not choosing to lust over someone. It's like it's taken over you. And a lot of people confuse the two.
Is lust a sign of a wounded person?
No, it's a sign of a person with a beating heart. What's a sign of an immature person is someone who thinks that lust is love. And that's not to put anyone down. It's just we're all in that
They believe they're the same thing.
we're in it together to grow and to deepen our understanding of what it is to love ourselves and love another human being. Like we're all in it together trying to learn this. Immature person thinks that is so attached to the lust part of getting to know someone,
The feeling part.
the feeling part, exactly, and not the practice part.
What's the difference between the practice and the feeling?
How can I love this person more? How can I transcend my ego right now when I just want to walk away when really what I have to do is the more loving thing to do? Because sometimes To make a relationship work, I believe one of the things that's really important is that you have to be in service of the relationship. So sometimes you have to do what's best for the relationship, even if it means having a very uncomfortable conversation. You have to care so much about the relationship that you have with this person that you're willing to like do something that might not be that comfortable. That's love, right? Again, paradox, gray area, tons of it, not binary, But what I say is like sometimes you just have to, sometimes fighting for love is not fighting for a relationship that's wrong. It's showing up as the person you want to be in a relationship.
Mm-hmm. Even when it's not perfect. Yeah.
Or just by saying, maybe if I show up better, the relationship would get better.
100%. A friend of mine said, I'm paraphrasing this, but he said, if you treated the person at the beginning of the relationship, at the end of the relationship,
Yes.
it wouldn't be the end.
Tony Robbins.
Is that what you say? Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's true. It's like
Yeah.
if you treated the person in the beginning of the relationship, the same way you did at the end,
Taking for granted.
yeah, it wouldn't be the end.
Yes, it's exactly true. In the beginning, we're marketing, we're sales, we're not taking each other for granted. So lust, I have many stories in the book of people just being like, I love this person. This person is for me. They never had a difficult conversation. They don't even know what each other's needs are. They're not even trying to meet each other's needs, but they're so obsessive about the other person. They think this person must be the one. No, they're still a stranger, but what's happening is that you are being so, yes, and there's a spectrum. Are there wounded people who get so enveloped by the lust stage and they can't see past it? For sure, but it's a spectrum.
One of the 9 hard truths you talk about is you must speak up and tell the truth. And I think that's something that I learned the hard way many times. And, one of the things I tested, I guess, with Martha is I'm just going to be fully honest about everything, where the things that I used to say and then pull back on because women would react and cry or get emotional or whatever it is about my past, which is like, if this person can't accept my truth, why am I going to choose to want to spend more time with them? Why am I going to invest in a committed relationship with them? We don't need to be together. It
Right.
doesn't have to work out, and that's okay.
Okay, so one way that men will test women. Let me give her the hardest truth about myself in a way that's really, really harsh, and let's see if she reacts. As opposed to sometimes there's certain truths that we need to share, and we have to do it in a way that's somewhat artful, so there's a soft landing. So let me do it really, really harsh, see if she has any reaction. She's not for me, then bye-bye. So that's one way the men test. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was harsh, but
No,
yeah,
I'm not saying
that's the way people
I'm
test.
actually not relating it to you, but your
Sure.
story reminded me of something. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's good. Thank you for watching this video. If you want more inspiring clips like this, make sure to click right here to subscribe and click right here to watch that next video that is specific to support you in your life.